Today, we are going to take a look at the new headsets from Razer, the Razer Kraken V3. We're going to touch on a lot here. What's going to make them the V3? Are the upgrades well worth it? Is it worth that upgrade for you or the headset in general? Is it worth that standalone price right there? What's the differences, right? Talking about differences, we have the Triforce and then the Hypersense version right here. What's the difference of those? Again, we're going to dive deep into this here, guys. And right out the box, what you get is your headset and your detachable mic with both versions here. And honestly, talking about both versions, well, heck, you honestly can't even tell a difference. Like just looking at them right here, just the physical aesthetics, you can't tell a difference. But there are a lot of differences that we're going to talk about. But you all know where we have to start. We have to start with that comfort because like I always state, if they're not stinking cozy, who cares how great they sound or how great of a deal they are? We're going to take them right off, right? So looking at both headsets, talking about them looking aesthetically the same, well, the build and the comfort's the exact same. So I'm going to remove one of the headsets here and we're going to take a look at the Kraken. So taking a look first off at these ear cushions. Pleather outside, silky sports material, kind of like those Under Armour shirts or whatnot. Then you got pleather on the inside, a little bit of padding right down there in the middle of the ear cup. And yes, you can pop these off and interchange them if you would like. Coming up here to the headband, super duper stinking plush. One of the best headbands in the biz right here. It's that same material, sports mesh material that you've seen on Black Sharks, Kraken, anything like that. Yo, this thing is so padded going all the way around. Now, if you're curious of ear pad dimensions, here they are right here. Plenty big, plenty wide. I never had any issues with pinching. And as far as depth, plenty deep if you can catch that in the camera right there. And then again, the ear pads, again, they're so nice, guys. They're like definitely memory foamish, very plush. You get that cool sensation since you got the silk out there, but they're still gonna lock in the sound since they're pleather on both sides right here. And then of course that padding, if you had the issue of your ears touching the driver switch. Again, I never did. Now, as far as adjustability, pretty much the same as the older Krakens, right? You pull out by your arm, you got that full metal arm right there. Bam, it goes in. It holds its position pretty nice right there. You don't really have to worry about the wire hanging out here. It's in there pretty tense, you know, pretty tight. That's not going to really affect anything. But again, it does hold its position very nice. You have those metal forks, goes into the ear cup, that swivels in and out right there. But no, we don't have any regular swivel, right? They might budge just a pinch, but that's just not enough. And that's probably my biggest gripe, even with the older Krakens, is the lack of swivel. Razer and every other company out there that makes headsets, you need swivel. Swivel's like a must. You know what I mean? Like you get a headset, you need speakers. You get a headset, you need swivel. Put it in the books right there. But still, when we take it, and we take that whole combination, let me get my hat off. I know everyone says, yo, Techne, test your headsets without a hat, right? I don't wear a hat all day, every day. So, when we get this off and put it on my bald head here, let me tell you what, it is incredibly cozy. Incredibly cozy. Ear cushions, again, nice, cool to the touch, right? Even though they're pleather right there. Headband, incredibly amazing, especially for a nice bald head like mine here, you know what I mean? But with the lack of swivel, I do get more pressure up here than in the back. It's minor. It's minor. It's not near as bad as the old Krakens, right? It's passable. It is. But I still feel extra pressure up here than in the back. I just need them to swivel a little bit to the back. Just a pinch, Razer. Just a pinch. And we could have got that stinking cozy badge. But right now, we're just gonna have to settle with cozy. So how about the build? And let me tell you what, I'm really starting to think some of these companies are starting to take little tips from my videos here. I need to start patenting my ideas. Like when I talk about something, I need to just patent them, right? Because if you all remember in my HyperX videos, heck, any headset video that had forks like this, which a lot of them do these days, right? I've always stated, remove that stinking bracket on the outside. HyperX does it, Logitech does it. Any headset, again, with the forks, they do it. I said, get rid of that, because when we're setting our headset down, that's just gonna give way over time. And look at this, Razer did it right. You got the metal forks here going in there, and you got the little screw that's going in there. So again, when you're setting it down, any of that tension going on that bracket is gone, because it's going on to this metal fork right here, which again, you're not gonna be able to press. It doesn't flex, it's heavy duty. So again, that's really gonna alleviate there. And as far as the build, stretch this sucker out, twist this bad boy up. I don't get worried one stinking bit. Solid build. All right, so now features and functions, and I'm gonna pull out the other headset. So we have the Triforce and the Hypersense over here, because there's a few differences in this as far as features and functions. You have your volume wheel back here. Nice little tactile clicks, but it is continuously rolling down and then up. That's on both of them here. Mic mute, same on both of them. Pops out when it's active, little green line. Push it in, and it's pretty flush, so you really know. So you can see flush, bam, pop it out, and you can clearly decipher it. Now, flipping the headset to the front, you have your microphone port with a detachable microphone, which we're about to do that test here shortly. But now looking on the bottom of the Hypersense here, you have this extra button. Little tactile button, which it cycles through low, medium, or high as far as the Hypersense, how much that vibration is gonna be going through right there. But other than that, the base core features, functions on the headset, again, pretty much the exact same. Now, talking about them looking pretty much the same as far as comfort, features, functions, yada, 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 there is one core thing that you can tell the difference if you were curious. The Triforce, as you can see, has a little Triforce branding on the Hypersense. It says Hypersense over there on the headband. So as we saw with features and functions, a stinker that the cable's attached, sure. I've never had any issues with some, but again, a peace of mind if you run them over with your chair, your dog chews them up, your kid chews them up, whatever the heck you got going on, you know. Again, it's just a peace of mind. But other than that, the stinker, for me at least, is this cable. It's like 6.75, and it's just, yo, it's too short. You know, now if you're gaming on your PC, you got your consoles on the desk, you're good to go. Bang, you slap them in there, you're good to go, you know what I mean? But me, I'm over here sitting on a lazy boy, my consoles are across the room, and yo, this just isn't reaching. Razer, this cable is too stinking short. All right. Let's get to what you all want to really hear about, right? That is the sound. And for you that really want to hear about the mic test, don't worry, we're going to get to that mic test, but how about the sound of these guys? And the core sound of both headsets is the exact same 50mm drivers, Triforce drivers. We all know they're stinking fantastic, right? With a frequency range of 20 to 20,000. What's going to differ? It's kind of, I don't even know if we can put it back into the features or the sound, but the Hypersense, which I'm gonna show you a lot about that. But let's talk about that core sound where they're both the exact same right there with those 50mm drivers. The sound on these guys is so stinking solid. It's crisp, it's balanced, it's clear, okay? Now, some of you might be thinking 50mm Triforce drivers on the Black Sharks, a little bit different here. These guys had a more stretched out frequency range. You all heard me talk about these got a little fuller, a little more bass in there. These guys, what I'd compare them to, if you want a good comparison, the Razer Kyras. That's what these sound like. A little more focused on highs right there. You still have your bass, you still have your mids and everything, but again, it's more detailed, more environment focused, right? Competitive. If you're playing competitive, you're gonna get that vibe right here. If you're playing, I just stated in one of my other videos, like Battlefield, right? You got a lot of environment. You got the wind, you got the sea, you got the waves crashing, uniform shuffling. You get all of that right here, you know? It's really nice. You hear the weapons reloading, and you still get your footsteps, you know, in Cersei Sandstorm, Call of Duty, stuff like that, you know. But me also playing a New World, it was great, because again, it wasn't like, you ever use those headsets, and I stated this before, those headsets where there's so much bass, where the wind is just like, yo, what's going on? Is there a stinking tornado out there or something, you know? You don't get that. Everything was natural, balanced. You get that realistic sound, you know what I mean? You got the environment, you got the action, everything was able to perform itself right there. You got directional sound as well. It was really nice. Again, that's with both headsets. And you can dive into the Synapse, tweak your EQ, dabble with it. I'll show you my EQ up in here as well, which is pretty stinking nice. You can really pull this headset out to something else, but again, tweak it to what you like. Mine may not be the best for you, but just test this EQ out, and I think you're really gonna have a good time with it right here. And as far as the RGB, this is what it looks like on both headsets, on both ear cups here. It's got a clear housing over. You got the Razer logo, and then this like inner circle down within there. And of course, in Synapse, you can dabble and change it to whatever you want. So, what's the difference from them? Talking about the Hypersense, like I talked about before, right? Hypersense, I don't want to really put it as a sound thing, because it's more or less a feature thing. So, yo, Techne, why don't you put it in the features, right? Because it plays into the sound. Take it easy on me, okay? So the Hypersense, I want to take it like we think about vibration in our controllers. Now we've talked about a Razer headset before with Hypersense. Wipe that clean, okay? Don't even say, yo, Techne, I know what Hypersense is. Wipe it clean. Hear me out here, right? Don't skip the ads, by the way, okay? So Hypersense, you're thinking about your controller vibrating. It's Similar to that, very similar to that, but devs, they put that into the game. When is it going to vibrate, yada yada, what makes it vibrate? The Hypersense is kind of going off of the sounds more than programmed into the game, so in situations, certain situations, it's great. In other situations, yo, you got to turn it off. It is horrible. What kind of situations you're asking then, right? Call of Duty, Hypersense, turn it off. It's unbearable. It drives me absolutely nuts. My head is constantly shaking. You got score streaks running over you. You got Jim, Bob, and Joe. Don't forget about Jenny. She's over there too, throwing grenades and everything. C4 going off. You can't hear what's going on, right? Your head's just shaking. You know what I mean? It's nuts. It's crazy. You know, so that's on low even. You can go low, medium, high. You turn on high, yo. It's unbearable. The thing's not gonna stop stinking, shaking. You know. Now, flipping that around, going to New World, which I'm absolutely hooked on. Yo, I just can't get off that stinking game, right? Talking about New World, it worked out pretty nice, again, in certain situations. Like you're over here whacking a tree, you know what I mean? And you kind of get that thoop, thoop in your headset. You know, that was pretty cool because you kind of felt, you know, I don't know, let me nerd out here, right? So you kind of feel like you're getting that vibe, yo, I'm taking this axe and swinging on that tree. Right? As corny, you're just like, yo, what a nerd. Anyways, whatever, right? We're all nerds here, right? So that was really cool. Now, also in New World, when you went to one of the farms with a lot of the infected or whatever they call them, right? I got like 40 hours into the game. I can't even remember the stuff. But when you get into those farms with the infected or whatever, and the music kicks in, that's kind of where it just became, again, it's like, it's a bit much. You know, because it's picking up off those frequencies right there when you got that heavy bass, that constant bass going on, where it was just constant like that, you know. For the first session, it was like, yo, this is really cool, this is fun. But then it's like, okay, third or fourth farm here, and I got to go search these chests. Can you just cut it out? It's fun tech, and I want you to take it that way, okay? It's not something you can use constantly, right? It's just fun that you want to dabble with. That's exactly how I want you to take it. All right, guys, so I know some of you out there are like, yo, this dude's so long-winded. Get on with this stinking point, right? But I do reviews. I don't do commercials, okay? So I want to talk more about this Hypersense. I want to give you a little bit of experience just so you can get a vibe of it, right? Again, that's what I like doing. I like talking about user reviews here, right? Not commercials. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fire up. I got Insurgency Sandstorm loaded up here while we got a little Razer showcase, right? Our Razer blade, our Orochi and everything. But anyways, so we got Insurgency Sandstorm loaded up here. It's kind of like that tactile game, right? You got to really hear what's going on around you, right? Environment and footprints and all that. So what I'm going to do, okay, right now we have no Hypersense on. So I got my mic right here and so I just want to standard headset. Really nothing going on. I'm going to click it up to the next setting. Okay. Yo, what's my DPI on? This thing's all over the place. You're getting that right there, okay? You feeling it? That's why I got it set on the table so you can kind of hear that right there. Sound is still good, but when you get into those situations, kick it up a notch. You hear that? That's kind of what I want to show you. I'm running around the side of a building. You hear it going when you're running around there, like penning on the surface. It's, again, in a tense situation as well. The vibration starts going. Let's kick it up to the max. Max. Just me running through that building. It sounds like, yo, it's wicked. I'm just running right now. So as you're hearing right there in game, a game like Insurgency Sandstorm, that's not even as crazy as Call of Duty, heck, even Battlefield, you know what I mean? It's nuts. again. So I just wanted to show you that right there, how again it's pending game, pending situation as far as the Hypersense.
All right, and now for that mic test. And by the way, that is what you're hearing right now. This is the Razer Kraken V3. I get confused with the V2, V3, all this V stuff from Razer these days, right? But we do have the Hypersense in right now, plugged straight into, well, obviously USB. This is the microphone right here. I have it pretty close to my mouth. If I pull it away, like I state with a lot of these Razer headsets these days, it's kind of like a volume control as far as your microphone. Pull it closer for louder, push it further away, which is pretty nice right in the middle right there. You kind of reduce some of those that spittle sound within there, or that breathing sound in your microphone. Nobody wants to hear that stuff, right? Pull it a tad away, and that's what you get. I really think both of these microphones are going to sound the exact same, but for the sake of this test, let's go on and test the regular V3 Triforce. All right, so now we're using the Razer Kraken V3, just a standard version, obviously plugged right into USB, same source right there, didn't tweak any volume, mic's about the same distance, and usually I do my mic test and I edit them and come right with you guys, right? I like it that raw experience, so we're both kind of experience that mic together. But while I'm recording it here, I'm just noticing on my graph that this headset we have on now, the regular V3, it's picking up a lot more as far as the wavelengths right there, you know? So I said, yo, I got to stop this and listen to this. And yeah, the regular V3 was louder. I didn't dabble with any of the mic settings and Synapse or anything on that. You know, on this device, I don't even have Synapse running. It's just picking up more. Yo, that's crazy. I don't know what's going on here. Same mics and everything. The only difference is a Hypersense. So I'm lost. But this is the microphone. If we pull it out, this is what we're getting right here. Again, you got the mic mute button right back there. But as far as why is this one picking up more, I'm not too sure.
All right, so let's go on and wrap up these headsets. Now, you all know I'm not a big fan of looking at marketing material before I get into my reviews because it's just going to boggle my mind and make me talk about things that I just don't even care about, right? So anyways, I haven't looked at the price on these yet. I'm going to pull up the reviewer's guide right here, right now. But first, before we get into it, I want to hear your guys' opinions. What do you think so far? I love the headsets. They're stinking fantastic to build. The comfort minus the swivel. Razer, swivel, always swivel. We need swivel. Swivel song right there. Builds fantastic. Mic, I'm not too sure what's going on right there. Is it my settings or something? All in all, it's a good headset. I'm going to think these guys are probably coming in at 130 and these are 150. Maybe 100 and 130. Maybe I'm a little bit off. I don't know. Let's pull this up right here. I forget how much the originals were. I really do. But that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with like $129.99, $149.99. Let's see. Where's the price here, guys? What a slacker, right? I'm supposed to be prepared for this stuff. Yo, check it out, guys. Razer Kraken V3, $99.99. Yes. Kraken V3 Hypersense, $129.99. Yo, I'm getting good at this. And Razer, you're getting good at this. Your pricing, I love it. You did it right. Now, the ones I don't have, because Razer was being a big cheapo right there, they didn't send me the wireless V2 Pros. Come on, guys, you better tighten up on your side, okay? V3 Pros, which hopefully we'll be covering soon, which is a wireless version, if you're curious, is $199.99, so $200. So $99, $139, V3, which we don't have, is $200 right there. I like the pricing. So the core pricing is justified, hands down. I say that, right? Let's talk about this though. $99 to what? $130. Should you go spend the extra $30 on a Hypersense? I say why not? Right? Money doesn't grow on trees. I appreciate the buck, I really do. But for $30 more, it's just cool. It's fun. And we all love having fun. You know, it's just something you can use every day constantly. No, but I think you're going to be in that situation and be like, yo, let me check out what this is like. You know what I mean? In this cool scene, and maybe you just crank it on right there. I think that's what it's all about. And for $30, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like, why not? You know what I mean? It's not a crazy hike. But again, if you're just trying to stay in that $100 range, yo, you got a banger right here. This thing is stinking sweet. I don't think I've ever stated, yo, you got a banger right here, right? Anyways, serious, I love this right here at $100. I'm not gonna sit here and ramble along quite a bit. These headsets really have me excited. I like what they're doing right here. Two things that only draw these down is the stinking short cable, Razer. This cable is ridiculous, man. You need to put an extender in there, minimum another 5-foot extender in there. Like, you need to. I want you to change the package, slap a sticker on the back that says includes extendable cable, extender cable in there. We need to do that right now. What was the other thing? Attached cable. But other than that, I think we got a win right here. We really do. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And thank you so much for stopping by, watching one. Hope it helped you out. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. And I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.